Anything at all, you got it, baby. Something magical happens whenever you start learning guitar. Not only do your hands develop, but your ear develops. I'm going to show you in this lesson, and it's not really a lesson, I'm just going to show you some things to expect as you start getting better at playing guitar. Your ear will be able to pick up things that you hear on the radio, that you hear playing music. You can hear it, and it'll show you where to put your hands. You don't have to do as much guesswork. It's not this whole neck you're working with, because your ear will start to develop with the lower strings and the higher strings. You'll be able to identify maybe not exactly what notes are being played, but you know what's going on a little bit better. It's a really cool thing, and I'm going to show you using these riffs I just showed you from various songs, and of course I'm going to show you from your point of view. You don't hear a lot of people talk about this as much. Rick Beato has a whole ear training course that I would love to take, but you know, in the guitar teaching realm, and myself included, you know, we're focused on our hands, you know, left hand, right hand, rhythm, making chords, getting the notes to ring out, all the things. But what we failed to mention, what I failed to mention so much, is that your ear is going to develop alongside your hands, and it's a really cool thing. It's not like, okay, so you've got all this mechanic stuff down with your hands, but you know, music is magical, man, and your ear is going to follow suit. It's not tangible, right? It kind of sneaks up on you, and you'll start to notice things and like, oh, wait, it's not as noticeable as when you make a breakthrough with, you know, a strumming pattern or making a chord shape. You know immediately, oh, I've done it. This kind of sneaks up on you. But I'm going to kind of give you a roadmap of what you can expect as you're learning guitar, what will start to happen. The first thing, you're probably going to notice certain chords in songs that you hear, and you know, the high notes are going to stick out and the low notes are going to stick out. That D shape there, I don't care if it's capoed, wherever it is, because there's certain things you can do with it like that. You can't really do that with other shapes, so when you hear that pattern, you're gonna know, like, oh man, they're playing some kind of D. Right? That's probably gonna be the first thing you notice. You're like, they're playing a D, or a D shape at least, right? The other thing is gonna be like riffs, like I showed in the opening. You're gonna be able to start to hear that top string, that sixth string, when a riff is done on that, which helps you. You know, you're not just looking at this whole thing and it's like, okay, I want to learn this Tom Petty riff. Well, your ear will start to develop, and you'll know that those 5 other strings are not even an option, because it's so meaty sounding. You can tell it's on that. Kind of not having all that technology like we have today was kind of a benefit in a way. We had to tune the hard way. And I'm going to do a lesson to show you how you can tune from each string. You may not need it anymore, because the little tuners have gotten so portable and easy, and they just fit on your headstock, you know, but it might be a fun little thing to at least revisit, and at least you know how, if there happens to not be a tuner around. But tuning kind of helped me understand at least that E, because you know, when you do that manual way of doing it, say like with harmonics, there's certain places on the fret, on the 5th fret and then the 4th. So you get your E string tuned and then you start moving down on that 5th fret. So the E is paramount in learning how to tune if you don't have a tuner using that method there. So that helped me really hear that E note when I would. The other thing that I would hear it a lot in is, man, back in the 80s, I guess the same way, you know, you would learn some variation of the blues, that just that boogie, that 12 bar, and then variations of it. I was sliding back then. I was probably going, because it's 2 strings, right? And you're doing one open, that A, and then you go down to D, and then it goes up to E. That really familiarizes your ear, especially on that E part. You know, because it's standard tuning, the E is going to be the lowest note, that E. That's the lowest note that guitar is going to do in standard tuning, right? Well, your ear is listening for this stuff. You know, not only are your hands working together and you're learning the left and right to work together, to move in sync, your ear's doing the same thing. So once you start knowing, like, oh man, that's a meaty sound, you'll get familiar with it. That 5th is, you know, it's still kind of bold, but it's a little thinner. And then when you get a lick like Running Down a Dream, you know, boom, boom. You're like, man, that's that open E, you know? And you can play that. But if you notice, that's the same note as, but it's still a little thicker sounding, you know? So when you really get down into the nuance of things, you can kind of tell, like the Doors, let's see, you can play, you can also do it actually using that E shape. It's been years since I've played that, but it's still a little thicker right there. Neither one of them's wrong, but Robbie Krieger played it that way, I believe, in the song, you know, and they all have their reasons, their artistic reasons for doing it, and probably because it has that meatier sound. So after you start to, you know, recognize like your high notes and your D chord, you're really gonna catch that top string, the 6th string. It's really gonna become noticeable. And that helps you, you know, to eliminate, you know, if you're trying to learn to play something by ear, say, you can use your ear and know that, you know, like on that Tom Petty thing, you know, yeah, you can use the 5th string. Once you get there, E, G, E, that's 6th string. So you have an idea. You're not going to be messing around up here, right? Take that in and just multiply that. That's what's going to happen. Your ear's going to really develop. That other riff I did was Counting Crows, Hanging Around. And you'll be able to tell later that there's slides going on. And you can also hear that boom, boom, E to F. You'll start to recognize that that's open and then it's fretted. You'll be able to hear it. Just trust me on it, because you will. And you'll hear those slides, you know, because you could play that, again, just like with the Doors thing. See, it's still just a little beefier sounding. And I guarantee you that's why he did it, because that's a rocking little riff on that song, right? It's a fun song. And once you start getting into those thinner strings, it's not wrong. It just sounds better up here, even though it's a little more difficult to play. You'd be doing a lot of open notes there, but they probably chose that because of the meatiness of that 6th string, right? Kind of like the Tom Petty thing. It runs on that 5th, but it also, it's based off that 6th string. The last one that I did was You Got It, Roy Orbison. I heard this over the grocery store radio the other day, and that it's just a walk down, and you'll be able to tell later just in the difference in the tone. There are open strings in there. You can tell when I'm fretting. But you really know because it ends on that E. Anything you want, you got it, baby. Anyway, guys, it's really cool. It's hard to explain, you know, how this is going to happen, because like I said, it sneaks up on you, but you'll start to hear slides. You'll start to be able to tell when strings are open or fretted, you know. You'll be able to, and you know, and this is not an easy thing. You'll see, if you've gone on YouTube to try to learn a song, you go to 3 different teachers, you're going to get 3 different ways to play it. You know, we all have our limitations on what, you know, we think, you know, okay, he's got to be playing it this way. And it could be right, it could be wrong. They're still the same notes, but it might not be the way the original was actually played. But you'll start to pick up those differences, and your ear is going to develop. And to me, that's the most fun part. It's cool when your hands start to work and things start happening, but it's really cool when your ear, you know, and as you start playing songs more and more, you're gonna know what transitions sound like that G to. Once you start knowing a little more of your basic chords, what make your 3 chords in the truth, you know, you'll hear it and you can tell where it's about to go, and it'll help you not guess as much. I don't know, it's just really cool, guys. I love guitar. I love playing guitar. I love learning new things. And I love all the things, all the senses that get enhanced because of it, but your ear especially. If you want help with the fundamentals, you need the fundamentals in order to get to be your version of great. You have to learn the basics first. Well, you could spend many, many years like I did, or you could shave off years, learn from my mistakes by going to MyPOVGuitar.com and checking out the beginner course, shave years off of it. And I'm going to have more courses in the future where if you want to go on this journey and we want to, you know, learn to finger pick and do other things, I'm taking you along with me. But the fundamentals and doing it in an efficient way in the right order will save you years from your guitar playing. But until then, we'll see you in the next lesson.